Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, like button, so to show you love and support. In this video we will be removing the rear axle from the chassis. Right now I'm pulling the shocks off on it, and then I will proceed to be cutting off the leaf spring perches off the frame. And then at some point in this video I will be sliding the axle back and unbolting the leaf spring hangers, and then cutting off the U-bolts, and then rolling the axle back underneath it, and I'll weld it up into a spot where I want it on the frame, cut the frame, and then we'll move to the front and start mocking up the front shocks for it. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy, and hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Thank you. So was trying, as you guys been watching, I've been fighting trying to get these leaf spring hangers off. The rivets just didn't want to pop for me, and melting them out with the acetylene torch was working, just definitely slow, and the air hammer definitely was doing the job too on pulling them out, but it was definitely taking a long time. So I didn't want to bore you guys with the other side, and there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to cover on this video. So I went ahead and cut out the other side without the camera rolling. So okay, so we got the rear axle all loosened up, and now we got to cut these off on both sides, because that's about right where these ones will sit, but it's about right there. So Okay, so we got the shock mount cut off, at least over here. That one over there can stay there for now. And then we also got the bump stops cut off. So now we're going to measure the frame. Then I'm going to cut 24 inches off of it for now. I can cut more off later. So keeping this here for now to catch the part that falls. Got jack stands over there that are holding the rest of the frame up. So because the axle's right where it needs to be, but there's no leaf springs. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, get this out. Okay, so we got the rear axle right where it needs to be for the wheelbase. I got it temporarily welded in so that way it won't move around. And I got the frame on the right height that I want it for now until we get the body and the roll cage on. So then I got the leaf springs up on the table. I'm gonna take those apart so I can take a couple leaves out of those. And I'll bolt those back together. But now we're actually going to turn our attention to the front suspension. We're going to take the torsion bar cross member out along with the bars, and I already got the shocks out. And from there, I'm going to cut the shock perches off and the lower A-arm mounts off. And we are actually going to make it so these shocks here will mount up. So I'm going to press the mounts down here out so that way I could run a bolt through and just have two ear mounts there instead. And then I'm going to build a new shock tower. So I got brand new steel sitting over there on the ground. I'll use the arc droid to cut out the mounts. And so I guess the next step is get to it, I guess, huh? So getting these torsion bars off, I didn't have the correct clamp for the key. So I tried doing a C clamp and that didn't work. So I'm actually going through and using cuff wheel to cut off the little piece that holds the key in. And I already did the bolt and everything for it, but I gotta get the key, the spacer out that holds the key in to be able to get the keys out. Well, ended up being that the torsion bar keys were actually rusted in, so they actually didn't even come out. So I ended up having to take the not cut off wheel, but the oxyacetylene torch to them and cut the torsion bars, and then found out the torsion bars from the lower A-arms. So here I'm just taking the Sawzall and cutting off the upper and lower shock mounts on both sides to make room for the new coilovers. So if you guys watch right where this piece is coming off and stuck at, if you guys look closely, there's a bee snaking out of a hole there. So I got the torch out to burn the bee down. I did the exact same thing on the passenger side also. So I figured all the bees would have been gone out of this, but okay, so get ready to put these shocks on. I got everything mostly cleaned up to the point where I can start mocking stuff up. So I set this shock in here, and I'm trying to clear the drive line, or half shaft, clear the air arm, and clear, well, make sure everything's clear. I don't want to bump into nothing. So I tried pressing out the pin that goes through the bottom of the shock and doesn't want to press out. So we're just going to keep it and build something that'll work. So I also have to weld something in there, which isn't that big a deal. So that's finished how it's on sit, is like that. We might, no, probably about right there. So right where it's at, that's not gonna hurt. It's leaning forward slightly, but that'll still be okay. So and then we'll build a tower that'll come off the frame here, up, over, and down, and come back here. So, and if need be, we can always come off with braces here and up here. But I think if I come up and over, and then come up here, I'll be strong enough. So now we got to figure out how we're going to build the mount for the bottom pin. I think if we take this board here, this piece here, this what is this, 2x2 on 2.5 by 2.5, and then it's 1/4 inch thick. And all we need to raise this up about 1 1/8 inch. So what I'll do is I'll cut this at 1 1/8 inch, cut a slit here in the middle where this part here will actually sit down inside, and then I'll drill 2 holes, make it 5 inches long, because that's right there's about 4.5, so a little bit more on each side. So, and then that way I could get access to a nut on both sides. This part here, down here, will be welded to the lower A-arm. Then the key will be if I can make a couple of extra of these, so then I could mock up a couple extra A-arms too, for just in case. So, which that shouldn't really be that hard to do. So, but now I guess we'll just draw all this out and get it all cut up. So I have to get in the lower portion of the shock welded on the place. I hooked up this ratchet strap to bend the shock in towards the frame some to get more positioned the way I like it to have. And then before I start building the tower, and I decided to jack up the frame, pull the jack stands out, and then also lower it down to see how the travel would be if it was actually hitting the upper A arm. But I think everything was looking good, so we raised the back up and we'll start doing the cardboard template of the upper tower. Hey, so it's Sunday evening and it's getting late. I was hoping to get a lot of this stuff done on this video, but things took a little longer. And with the Thanksgiving holiday being here and traveling around, that type of stuff, I didn't get as much done as I was hoping for. And I don't want this video to be 2 hours long. So I'm going to call the evening. We did get this front shock on the driver's side, tack wood on the bottom, and then built a mount on the top of cardboard just for mock-up. And on the next video, we will take all this apart and then use the arc droid to build our brackets out of 1/4-inch steel. It's over there on the ground. So I think we got pretty far with this one. We got the leaf springs off, some of the factory mounts cut off, and some stuff cleaned up, and a few things built. On the next one, I plan on having us finish this up, do that side, and then hopefully we could actually put my mock-up motor that I have over there underneath the bench in and see how everything sits, the weight of the motor, see how it sits, see if the coils will squat a little bit with that. And then we might start playing with unbolting this cross member here and possibly slide the transmission and engine back a little bit. Not like a lot, but maybe 6 inches back. So, and then hopefully we go down an inch or two also. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I know in the long run there'll be a little bit more work, but at the same time it will be it'll help us out some with engine clearance, plus having all the weight down a little bit farther. So, but I appreciate you guys watching. Now get out there and do something.